Kaitihe. Loa pati. Toloa kafi. That's one of the things that we taught the kids in the village today. We went to another village today, and my goodness, it was a little funky. Big village, so we're going back on Monday because we haven't done everything today. But we taught the kids some. What we do is we teach them like hygiene things. We have talks, so we teach them something and then we entertain them in a way. We play a game or just something like Lopati, and all the kids do it and they just get super hyped up about it. It's great. And that's one of those things. We teach them how to brush their teeth, gave out toothbrushes and soap, and there's like a toothbrush song. And we also sang the malaria song, which I had not heard before. We got to busted out everything that we had on this one. But we did, a couple teachings. We did a Bible story as well, and we kind of, instead of just reading the book, which would be great, but we combined that with acting it out, of course, in front of all the kids. And then after we're done doing it, we get some of the kids to come up and act it out themselves as we repeat the story. So lots of fun. It was interesting that one guy came up from the sea, actually the river, but the boat brought this fellow who had like a fractured pelvis or something was wrong, and he got brought up. I thought he had died or was dying. I thought he was dying by the time that we saw him. So they put him on this tarp, and long story short, he was not doing too well, but it was good that we were there, and they brought him from another village. A tree had fallen on him and he was stuck in the mud, so they put him in the boat. They brought him to us, and we basically there was this whole debacle with the village people deciding what to do because he was from another village, and someone had to pay for the fuel to get him to the hospital, which is quite a long ways away, and it was quite a bit of money for the fuel to get there, and he's from another village, so they were like, we don't really care about this guy that much, so who's gonna pay? And eventually the owner of the main shop in this village really had compassion on this guy enough to give him the fuel so that he could go to the hospital, and they sent him away. Really interesting situation, and there wasn't really much that we could do, but we did help them and basically set them up, figured everything out, and then we're able to be a part of like sending him to where he needs to go. And what was kind of funny is the guy who paid for the fuel for this fellow to go to the hospital owns the main shop in the village, and it's a little shop where they sell things behind this. It's so hard to describe, but behind this like metal grates, in between wood, whatever. There's like a little store behind there, and you just point at what you want. They bring it forward. On the other side of that is a fish area, and they have this big metal table where they're just filleting fish, and so he employs some of the villagers to be filleting fish as the village people fishing bring in their fish, and they want these specific balloon fish, so they pull the balloon thingy out of inside of the fish, and then they fillet the meat off, and then the villagers take the carcasses back and they take them away. So you see them coming in with these big old whole fish, and coming out with these carcasses, just the head and the spine and the tail. It's like, okay, what an operation we got here. It's kind of like Chicken Run. But I don't think any of the fish are escaping this time. So that was really interesting. Tonight I think we're gonna have a bush dance in 4.5, maybe 5 minutes. So I'm ahead on to that. Bush dance is like an Australian barn dance where they just do simple dances for a lot of fun. So, it was also burger night, and on the boat back from the village to the ship, I just leaned over and took a nap. I was like, how comfortable is it going to be to lean over, because you're sitting on the boat, so I lean over And then I woke up as we were pulling up to the ship, and I was like, whoa. And as soon as I woke up, I was like, wait, it was like a time warp. I really could not remember anything I had dreamt about or been thinking. All I remember was laying down and being like, huh, this is kind of uncomfy. And then I woke up and my leg was asleep. I was like, we're here. But it was kind of nice. So I'm going to head on to the bush dance and let you get to wherever you need to be.